Good Sunday morning. This is Stoner's Stash Box. This is take, I don't know how many, maybe 10 or 12. Screw it. I wasn't going to do a video, man. Quite simply because my videos aren't really that great. It's just some dorky old guy talking about stuff that he got, and it's just getting boring. So, if you have any suggestions, put them down here. I do want to do a review of something on a couple of CDs that I got. Anyway, let's talk about what happened this Saturday. It's a beautiful day on Saturday, so I went out and went to Sonic, Ascension Records in Montoursville, visited my friend Lee. Always treats me good, man. Always treats me good. Love going there, man. The trip is always worth it. Always come back home with something. After I left Sonic, I went down to the Silver Moon Antique Barn. A lot of cool stuff in there, man. A lot of cool stuff. Found some vinyl. Found a movie, which is King Kong, or was Kong's Skull Island. Very cool. Got a couple of t-shirts. One is Sublime. One is my Pink Floyd The Wall. Those were $5 a piece. Very cool. Except for that Sublime one kind of smelled a bit of pot. Rather strongly of pot. I gotta watch that, get the smell out, because it's kind of overpowering, man. Anyway, the vinyl I'm going to show you, or the records, I prefer records. The records I'm going to show you is a combination of the Antique Barn as well as the stuff that I got at Lee's. And then I have my prize I'll show last. It's the CD, double CD thing. I'll show you what we got. This is Cellcat. I'm sure you've heard of this song, Motorcycle Mama. This is $3. And it's sealed. Artwork is by Jack Davis. We all, if you know anything from the 60s and 70s stuff, Jack Davis was a great artist, cartoonist as well. Did stuff for Mad Magazine. I've got one album. I have several albums that he's done. The one that stands out is Everybody Loves a Nut by Johnny Cash. Love that one too. I love his artwork. Very humorous. Next. Elvin Bishop Group. Feel It. This is on, if I get it out right, Fillmore label. You don't see too many of those. And yes, this is Fillmore was owned by Bill Graham, who owned Fillmore East and West. This wasn't too long. This is like the band's second and last album before he totally changed it to Elvin Bishop. It wasn't too long also that he had left Paul Butterfield band. I believe it was Paul Butterfield. Yeah. The other guys I like a lot. Graham Parker and the Rumors. Parkerilla. Double live album. I can't wait to listen to this. Of course, the gatefold, blah, blah, blah. I've been a fan of his of Graham Parker since when I first heard Squeezing Out Sparks, which is, I believe, it was 1979. I believe. I'm not 100% sure, but I believe it was 1979. Next up, James Gang, New Birth, with the Salvador Dali artwork as the jacket artwork. Very cool. The vocalist, who's the vocalist on this? Bubba Keith. I have no idea how it sounds. Who knows? I believe this is what right after Tommy Bowen went solo. But yeah, very cool. I got that from Lee. Next, this is a $5 job, well worth the money. Rock and roll. Foghat with a classic lineup. You know, Tony Stevens, Rod Price, Lonesome Dave, and Roger Earl. The bastard sons of Savoy Brown. But they went on, you know, and made one hell of a career for themselves. One hell of a name. Saw these guys like 3 times in concert back in the 70s. Great band. You know, nearly every concert I went to, there was, you know, Foghat was there. Next up, I've got multi-copies of this. I don't know, about 3 or 4 other ones. I'm not quite sure. But this is somebody that I admire greatly. And he should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. If he's not, there's definitely something wrong. Robin Trower for Earth Below with James Dewar on vocals. James's vocals and Robin's guitar are beautifully blended in this album and all the other ones that Dewar was on. Enough said. This is a promo copy of a band that I like a lot. I don't hear too much about in the vinyl community. Cold Blood, Lydia. Beautiful woman. What a voice. A little funk, a little soul, a little rock and roll, a little bit of blues here and there. Fantastic band that does not get the recognition it should. A little touch of Janis in vocals. Lydia just is an incredible singer. Lydia Pence, by the way, is her name. Look at those eyes, man. I have another copy of this. Neil Young and with Crazy Horse. Everybody knows this is Nowhere. Good album, really good album. A lot of people rank this very, very high. I'm not, you know, considered that high, but it's very, very good. Cinnamon Girl, Down by the River, Cowgirl on the Sand. Very good album. I like it. This is kind of beat up. The jacket's kind of beat up. But Heart magazine. This took a while for this to come out. There's a little legal processes going on for the release of this. It was recorded in 1976. They went through some legal battles. It wasn't released till 2 years later. And some of the stuff was recorded in 1975 when they did I Got the Music in Me, a Kiki D song that they covered, and it's got to have a big hit on here. It's called Heartless. Good album, great band. And I have about 3 or 4 of these as well, and there's good reason. And I got a Devita Butterfly, fantastic album. A lot of people tend to play side 2 on this only, which is a big mistake because the whole album's really good. I love it, man. I really do. I think it's such a great album. And it's classic. Classic. This is my second copy of this, at least on vinyl. I got mine when it was given to me back when I was still in grade school. It was given to me by a friend named Rick Bruce. It was all beat up and stuff, and I still played it. I absolutely love it. This album, as well as Let It Bleed and Get Your Yayas Out, my favorite Stone albums. Beggars Banquet. I mean, Sympathy for the Devil, No Expectations, Street Fighting Man, Factory Girl, Stray Cat Blues, Soul of the Earth, Jigsaw Puzzle, Parachute Woman, Dear Doctor, fantastic. And I believe this is a great album. Something everybody should have. Another one I have a few copies of, Surrealistic Pillow by Jefferson Airplane. She has funny cars. Somebody to Love, My Best Friend, Today, Coming Back to Me, a White Rabbit, Fantastic Lover, Fantastic Lover, excuse me. This is groundbreaking. They were at their peak, I believe, absolute top peak when they released this album. Fantastic. Next up, this has got to be what I consider one of the coolest and one of my favorite album jackets of all time. It's definitely my top 20. Shush. 10 Years After. Yes, I have a couple copies of this. And as long as I find them in halfway decent condition, I'm going to buy them. Bad Scene, Two-Time Mama, Stone Woman, Good Morning Little Schoolgirl, Stomp, I Woke Up This Morning. I mean, come on, man. If you claim to like 10 Years After and you do not have this in your collection, you do not like 10 Years After. Next up. Oh. I only have one album by this guy, which is kind of a shame, but now I got two. Omadan. Oop, there we go. My Goldfield. It's on the Virgin label. I'm going to turn it this way so you can see it better. Dim light reflection, but hey. I've always wanted this. I just can never really find it. This is only $3, by the way. A little ring wear, but hey. Last album. I love this music. It's very soothing. I could sit and listen to it. I just love it. Robbie Shanker, In New York. It's also a gatefold. Fantastic. I can't wait to listen to this. I just love listening to that kind of stuff. Anyway, the last thing I have is the CD, a double CD, DVD. Last time before, whatever it was, I found something that Sonic, Stand Up by Jethro Tull. I left this because I didn't think I had enough money, but I picked it up this weekend. Benefit, Jethro Tull. It comes out like so. 3 CDs. One is the original album with 2, 4, 5 tracks on, extra tracks. The second CD has more tracks, radio spots, blah, 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 and a DVD. Jethro Tull. Benefits. Great album. Their third album, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. I was kind of hoping they would have like a mini poster that was featured in the German import of that album, but unfortunately, it is even in the booklet, it's not in there. So, anyway, that's all I got this weekend. I doubt if I go out on Sunday, which is today, but I want to thank. In this all, I want to thank some people. The usual suspects: Don, Rick Strange, Mikey over at the Shadow Man, and I want to thank Karen from Clinton, Indiana, my good friend. She keeps inspiring me with finding things, this and that and the other. Rhonda from Paris, Illinois, for keeping me company via texts and stuff. And my daughter Tiffany, who has always inspired me. She's fantastic. I couldn't ask for a daughter than her. And lastly, I want to thank everybody that subscribes. Means a lot. If you haven't subscribed, please do. It's free. Doesn't cost you anything. And I'd be most appreciative if you did. And I'm going to try to do more videos differently than just showing stuff. Maybe do some reviews, this, that, and the other. I doubt if I enter any contests because I'm not, into that stuff. But I want to thank everybody, as I said, and I'll see you next time. Hopefully upstairs in the music room. So enjoy your week. Thank you. Bye.